All right, chicos y chicas, today we're going to talk about tener and common expressions, okay? Tener is a very useful verb in Spanish, and it means to have. When you look it up in the dictionary, that's what you'll find. It's in the infinitive form, which ends in ER, which means it's unconjugated. So if you're going to use it in a sentence, you have to conjugate it or change this ending here. Now, notice my star. In many expressions, it comes out to be when we convert it to English. So even though the definition is to have, in some expressions, it changes its meaning. And what I mean by that is if you say someone is 3 sheets to the wind, okay, and I wanted to know what that meant. I'm a Spanish speaker. I hear someone say 3 sheets to the wind, and I look that up in the dictionary. I'm going to get sheets like the pieces of fabric that go on a bed, and the wind, like the wind that blows, and I'm going to be confused because it doesn't translate, right? There are some expressions that when you put them into, say, Google Translate, which I know you'd never do because I told you not to, it doesn't make any sense. And tener has a lot of those expressions. So for that, I'm going to teach them to you specifically today, and you're going to memorize them so that you won't get tripped up by things like this. Now, first, to use a tener expression, you have to conjugate tener. Now, just like everything else, we have 6 forms of tener. So todos repiten. Yo tengo. Repeat then. Tú tienes. Él tiene. Nosotros tenemos. Vosotros tenéis. Ellas tienen. All right, muy bien. Now, pay close attention to the fact that I've circled some of these boxes in red, and I've done that because there's a spelling change when you go to conjugate it, all right? And when you go to conjugate it, this E right here is actually going to change to an IE if it's in one of the boxes that's circled in red. And I even changed the letters to red so you can really see it. So when you copy this into your notes, make sure that you highlight it or underline it or do something special so you see that spelling change so you don't forget it. Because listen to the difference. Tenemos, 10, like a tin can or the number 10. But here we have tienen, like tea party, tienen. So that's a big difference in sound, and you got to make sure you get your spelling right, okay? So copien esto a sus apuntos. And now here we have 2 sample sentences of where tener means to have. Yo tengo un perro. I have my dog Fang. Yo tengo un perro. And los estudiantes tienen libros de español. So the students have Spanish books. Now los estudiantes goes to box 6, right? Because los estudiantes would be ellos tienen, and tengo goes with yo, yo tengo. All right? Now, what are the expressions that don't translate very well? Here you have some. All right? And there are a lot of them. This is some of the basic, most common ones, okay? So repiten, tener hambre. And that H is silent, so it just sounds like it starts with an A. Tener hambre, which is to be hungry. And I remember it because hamburger starts with H-A-M-B, and hambre is to be hungry. And when I'm hungry, I want a hamburger. So I even drew myself a little hamburger. Oh, caramba. All right, me dolió. Woo! Tener frío is to be cold. So I've got a blue man because he's cold. Tener frío. Repiten, tener calor. That's to be hot, right? That's why my dude's red. And tener miedo is to be afraid of. So repiten, tener miedo, miedo. And then tener años, that's how you say your age. Yo tengo 39 años. Mentiras, no es la verdad. But then I got my little birthday cake, to be blank years old. So these are your tener expressions. Make sure you have them in your notes. And go ahead and give yourself a little doodle to help you remember what they are, because doodling is good for the soul. And then, yo tengo mucha hambre, right? Yo goes to box 1, so yo tengo mucha hambre. Quiero una hamburguesa grandísima, así de Red Robin. Que rico. And then el chico goes to box 3, right? Because it would be el. So el chico tiene miedo de Exorcist. Exorcist is that super scary old movie where the girl's possessed. Ooh, que miedo, no me gusta. Yo tengo miedo. Worse than el chico, probably. Las niñas in Alaska tienen frío. Las niñas would be ellas, so that tells us to conjugate to box 6. Tienen frío. Fang y yo. Yo goes to box 1, right? Tango, yo tango. But it's plural because it's me and Fang. So that goes to box 4. Fang y yo tenemos calor en julio. And por fin, mi madre tiene 39 años. Mi madre tiene 39 años. She's been 39 for 22 years. Así. All right, so copy down a few of these examples. Maybe change them to make them pertinent to your life. But those are some samples. And now here's your practice. All right, so yo tengo años. You would fill that in with your age. And for the other 3, you're going to conjugate tener to match the subject, all right? Muchísimas gracias por mirando, and vamos a practicar mañana en clase. Chao, chao.